Hey guys, welcome back. Another commute vlog. So get your coffee. We got some things to talk about. It's delicious. Starbucks. So this weekend really, I wanted to do a couple vlogs. I did shoot videos because we had some new products that came in. Got some new IEMs. In-ear monitors, if you're not familiar, and they're kind of just high-end earbuds. Now, I'm not a huge fan of IEMs just because I always have a hard time with them staying in my ears. But technology nowadays, is a little bit better than what it used to be 5-10 years ago, and these are actually very impressive. So there's a video on those coming up shortly. I also got a new key organizer, something like an Orbit key, just a minimalist key thing. You can have all your, 10 keys or 8 keys or however many you got in there, and it keeps them nice and organized appropriately. And there's a review on that coming. Other than that, not too much going on. I spent most of my weekend playing video games and other things like that, and I want to start doing some Let's Play videos. I got to get some capture software or other things like that going on. I might cave and buy one of those Elago HD60s or something like that, which does pretty good capture of whatever you're doing. So I might do something like that. I might do some other games. I might have to upgrade my PC before I do that. Upgrade to probably a newer Intel board. Some newer things. But the camera equipment has been ordered, so that's coming in the mail. That's going to be a really big upgrade. For me, I've got new tripods, new cameras, new shoe mounts, new microphones, new lighting, rather than just the tinted lamps that I have in my room, so I know lighting's sometimes an issue. And I've got a window that's right in front of where I shoot my top-down videos, so depending on what time of day I'm shooting those, lighting gets a little weird. So, but that's all going to change when this new equipment comes in. Hopefully it should be in, gosh, it's still going to be a while before it gets in. I think it'll probably be here mid-May. Ooh, I'm tired today. Oh, Monday. So, news over the weekend. MWC was this weekend in Spain. And Microsoft was there, and a couple of big tech giants were there. That's kind of like the CES of Europe. And Samsung normally reveals their new Samsung S whatever phone, and now it was the S7 and S7 Edge is what they released. And then in the fall, normally when Apple does their event, Samsung does another event, and they release their notes and their tablets and other things like that. Ooh, excuse me. So the new S7 and S7 Edge has been seen now. I do not know specs yet. I assume it's probably the same Exynos octa-core. They probably have 2 or 3 gigs of RAM. I'd like to see 3, maybe some 64-bit architecture. We don't know yet. The same garbage Samsung TouchWiz, which is horrible. That's like the first thing that I do when I get a Samsung device. Let's get rid of that, put a different launcher on there, because I like Samsung phones, but my God, their UI is horrible. So those came out. They look exactly the same as the last year's model. Glass all around. They're as slippery as holding a bar of soap in your hand. And so make sure you get a case with those things, just like the iPhones or other phones that are made, solely out of metal glass construction. These things are definitely slippery, so you're going to want to get a case with that, I actually like to order the phone and the case at the same time. So when the phone comes in a couple of days, then the case is already here, and I can, very easily, just throw the case on and be ready to go. Nobody's letting me over. Who's letting me over? Come on. Fuckers. Lane closes up here. Some geniuses up here forgot to build the road all the way. Now we've gone 6 months with just one lane for some reason. So, what else do I want to talk about? Microsoft. Microsoft was there. And I was under the impression that the Windows Phone is dead or dying or is on its way out. Nokia, I heard, was not doing phones anymore. I might be wrong on that. I was pretty sure I heard that. But Windows and HP launched their Windows devices. So there is a smartphone you can get now that will get the fuck up there, you Kia Sportage, you fucking ass retard. I want to fucking merge. They released their cell phone, smartphone, which is a Windows phone. It's called the HP MX8 or X8 or something like that. I didn't even know HP made phones. I know they did like a really, really long time ago. But it doesn't look bad. But I wouldn't buy it just because HP's not a company that normally makes phones. And with that comes a dock. And you can dock your phone into it. And then on the back, you've got USB ports, display port, out, a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like a corporate docking station for your phone, like how we used to have, we still have these, docking stations for laptops. Now you can do that with your phone and be able to get your phone on a display or get your phone on a laptop. HP also debuted an Ultrabook, which is like 800 grams. It barely weighs a thing. It's, half an inch thick or something like that. It's very, very small. The construction's a little bit interesting, but I'm sure the price tag's just going to blow it out of the water for most people. Same thing with a lot of the Surface tablets. The Surface tablets are great. Graphics are really the only complaint that I have about those things. And even then, the graphics, like Intel HD 4 and 5000 series graphics, aren't that horrible, unless you plan on doing like some really hot like video editing or other things like that. But the thing that kills me about the Surface Pro, and one of the reasons why I don't have one, is they're so freaking expensive. Between like, 800 and 1700 if you want the really, really nice Surface Pros. But I haven't been able to justify that, and I think a lot of Microsoft's really high-end products, like this new HP Ultrabook. Oh man, that's hilarious. So, I'm ADD all over the place today. There's all these cranes off to the right here. I'm driving over this bridge, getting into Cleveland. There's all these cranes, probably like 4 or 5 cranes that are building another bridge like this next to it. And they're obviously parked right now. Nobody's working on them. And there's a crane there that has a little wrecking ball on it, but the wrecking ball is close to the road so that you can see it. And the wrecking ball is painted like an Angry Bird. So that's pretty funny. But back to Windows devices. I think they'll just price themselves out of the market like they normally do. There are better options out there. I'd like to try a Windows phone one day, but it's not going to be my primary device, just because I know the Windows Store and their App Store is horrible and has no selection. And that plays into the popularity of the product. I think if it was a little bit more cost effective, it would be a little bit better. And I know some of the Nokia phones weren't too badly priced. They are fairly priced, and they had some budget models. But some of this new stuff that Microsoft keeps debuting, you're just making the same mistakes, Microsoft. So that's that. I'm not going to talk about Apple FBI. I've talked about that enough. I I think, if you guys are interested in that, go look at that. There's now some back and forth about that. Oh, we said this, you said that, you didn't do this, when really we said that you did that, and it's a bunch of garbage right now. I think both of these very prestigious organizations are making themselves look like idiots because of this little argument that they're in, and over one guy's phone. So that's just stupid. What else? The primaries were this weekend. I watched a little bit of that. Jeb Bush is out of the race, so if you're a Jeb Bush supporter, sorry about it. I do feel like a lot of the candidates are scripted. They have writers. They have writing teams that follow them around. They have people that write these, multiple speeches for them. And depending on how their results play out, I give you speech A, B, or C. And you read that, and you say what you need to say. And I feel like, these candidates, or even the president, are very, kind of like puppets for these marionettes as writers and other things like that. And I think a huge part of being a successful politician is being able to speak honestly and be able to speak very well without having that crutch of your team of writers. And you can tell when people are under a script. So there's a lot of candidates out there that do that, or that are very, very bad public speakers in this election this year, and that kind of influences my vote. But Nevada for the Democrats, which is weird. I don't understand this. I thought when Nevada happened for both Republican and Democrat. That's not correct, because so far with Iowa and New Hampshire, the caucuses or the primaries have happened at the same time for the same parties. Republicans and Democrats are in the state at the same time, and the results came out at the same time for both of them. Now with Nevada and South Carolina this weekend, only the Democrats happened in Nevada, and slightly to my surprise, Mr. Bernie Sanders finished in a close second place. I think he had it was 47% to 53%, but Hillary won fair and square. She does a little bit better over there anyway. And in South Carolina, where the Republicans are, Mr. Donald Trump still did very, very well. He had 34%. To everybody else's 20% or less than 10%. And then Jeb Bush bowed out, gave this very whiny little speech, and suspended his campaign. Another one bites the dust. I would like to see actually the Democratic race. I wish there were more. I don't like how many people were in the Republican debate. I feel like everybody and their mother was running. But on the Democratic side, there was obviously only 3 people. But I would like to see more people there. And Martin O'Malley obviously knew he was way outgunned, and he quit early as he should have. But I just wish it was there were more people on the Democratic side to make it a little bit more interesting, rather than just Hillary and Bernie Sanders. So now they switch, I think. All the Democrats go to South Carolina, and all the Republicans go to Nevada, and at the end of this week, they switch places and do their primaries, and we move on to the next state. So that was a little bit about that. Uber, there was a guy that randomly went around and killed 6 or 8 people at Uber. That's always good. I've never actually taken an Uber. I'd like to, but I have my own transportation. I really don't live in the city. I live in the suburbs. Everything I need is very, very close to me. I live near huge shopping centers. I've got every single freaking restaurant you could ever want nearby me, and all that good stuff. So it's just been one of those one of those things where it's like, oh, that's just another service I might not use. Now they did say past background checks and other things like that. Man, it goes to show, man, you just don't know about some of these people, man. You think you know, and you get into a cab, and the next minute, you're getting shot at, and he dumps your body in the woods or something like that. But just be careful out there. I know you guys are smart. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'm here at work. Have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you in the next one.